my car. Do this shit for y'all. Cats will be buying, they gon' ball forever. That's it.
Oh my God, it's that TV.
Nah, Mr. 615. North, east, and south, west side we callin'. Baby, from the top to the bottom. Yeah, I'm right off of Charles. She from Joe Johnson. Nashville be ballin', ballin'. I'm in Georgia Court, cushion my cigar. Running longest list in Charlotte. Sixes on my car, do this shit for y'all. Cashville be ballin', gon' ball forever. Forever, forever. 30 racks ball, or 40 racks ball. Like all I know is ball. They say I'm honorary. Right here on 40 block, a 40 piece from Rocky. I'm finna catch a flight, and feelings trail tonight. I fire back the light. Who shot and wanna ride with me and go to after hours? They tryna send 100 P's and smoke the city out. Ooh, I'm the man and I ain't playing around this motherfucker. But watch me do my thing. Down south players getting paid around this motherfucker. The fuck you mean? Hey, you mean that I'm on 12 and buck? I'm copping pieces for the team. I'm in Slim and Hustlers. North, east, and south, west side we callin'. Baby, from the top to the bottom. Yeah, right by Haynes Garden. She from the Nashville be ballin', ballin'. I'm in Hadley Park, cushion my cigar. When the longest Ellington Parkway. Sixes on my car, do this shit for y'all. Cashville be ballin', gon' ball forever. Forever, forever. 30 racks forever. 40 racks forever. 50 racks forever. We gon' ball forever. Cashville be ballin', ballin'. Cashville smoking pressure, though we love her. Cashville smoking Elvis, I'm in love circle. $1 million nigga, I'm coolin' in Chesapeake Circle. $1 million nigga, I'm started on Jefferson Hustle. Southside raised like Jelly Roll, somebody save me. And one day I seen a spaceship over Crescent Table. I did a show on West End and got cool with the mayor.
I met a chocolate home in Vegas, she from
Niggas keep it gangster from JC Nathan. Y'all represent from 23rd to AJ. Y'all represent from Westchester to Delaware. Y'all represent from Rivergate to Straightway. Shout out my niggas from Edge Hill, they keep it real. I got some golden family niggas and they keep it trill. I keep it a bean, I'm plenty errors I done seen. We stronger together, Cashville, ball forever. We gon' ball forever. Say I'm on. Cashville be ballin', ballin'.
The beat.
What it do, man?
What up, bro?
Hey, y'all.
What's happening?
Back again. Another episode of Contextually Speaking.
Yes, sir.
Season 4, episode 77.
77.
Luka Doncic.
Episode.
Luka.
But, I mean, he's not black, so I don't know if y'all biased to that tonight, or
He's not.
you're not biased.
Black.
You're not, I mean, did y'all want something? Did y'all?
You trust my ears first.
Okay, you can do that.
If not, he's foreign.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's a tertiary option.
Yeah, he's foreign.
Okay. So we'll keep him on the side for right now?
That's close. You know what I mean? They've been oppressed. I think he's been in the Civil War, some shit.
Oh.
Is that
Like in Slovenia. Where's he from?
like one of those?
See, I'm not learning enough to
What is
have an
that?
opinion.
Is that? I think it's Joker, actually.
One of them.
Because Joker, Steve Adams is one of those three.
One of them. There is a country called Slovakia too, man.
It is a
There
country called Slovakia. You are correct.
And there is Slovenia.
There is Slovenia.
It's a lot of eels in our premises.
it is.
Okay. So I don't know.
Hey.
Yeah, we're not looking too good, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Quick way ahead.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, because I
You
mean,
gonna keep,
now I'll
gonna
be
keep going.
That's all like what, Western Europe, I think.
Eastern
Eastern Europe.
for sure.
East side.
They getting closer to Asia.
East side's crazy.
You from East Coast? I'm from far East Coast.
Yeah, and all the people who wore it were also international. So it's like
Was it a black international person?
Jorge Murasan,
He wasn't black.
Andrea Bergani,
Ain't
Ursan Ilyasova.
Ilyasova, that's not going to work. But
not
I mean, I'm familiar. The only reason why I repeated it because, like, oh, Ilyasova did wear 77.
Definitely not.
No.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go Luka Doncic.
We're going to go with Luka. I know him.
Yeah.
Well,
hey. You gotta be somebody.
I know him.
I know him.
Is enough for us, huh?
That's what means something more.
Grab your cabbage.
Grab a what?
Your cabbage.
Oh. Thank you, sir.
All right, man. Like I said, it is another episode of Contextually Speaking, like we always say. Put
That
that
in context.
Because if you don't, you never know what's next.
That's a fact.
I am Fresh.
G Slab.
Death.
Why you have to breathe? Why you have to like do the side?
Nigga, Hezzy crossover. Is it a crossover or a step back tonight?
Say his name.
No, man.
You don't know. Look.
I don't know what to say.
They playing tight defense.
What you know, dog? Like, I don't know. I've been very normal the last, like, few weeks.
You have.
And I felt like being immature, but I can't think of anything quick enough. So my name is AC. I tried to be immature. And I still ended up being immature anyway by taking so long to say it.
Yeah, kind of. It's all right, though.
Oh, go watch your back rooms.
Oh.
Man, no
Stop
specific
smoking
plug.
backwoods. Yeah, man. Stop smoking backwoods.
What you get? That's one.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
They say never.
Yeah.
All right, man. You know how we start off every episode. Top five.
Top five. And this week's top five is top five artists that cheated us by not putting out more music.
We.
Like,
Now you want albums or just
No,
music?
just music in general. And this is all subjective. So I'm gonna lead it off since I came up with the top.
there we go.
I came up with it.
I think I know one of yours.
Probably three. You probably know three of them because we probably gonna enter. I almost guarantee we're gonna have one for sure.
I think you talked about one of them.
For sure.
Yeah.
Andre 3000 is gonna be one.
Yeah.
Lauren Hill is gonna be two.
That's what I was thinking about.
So.
Frank Ocean's gonna be three.
Okay.
Missy Elliott is gonna be four.
Okay.
5 is the internet.
The band, internet.
I was like, who? Okay, clearly I don't know that person.
Yeah, she finished up her third.
She always dropping.
She always drop. I'm talking about the band.
The
You know what I'm saying?
full
Yeah.
internet.
You know what I'm saying?
All internet.
Like Raphael Sadiq always drop, but not always Tony. Do you understand what I'm
You know
saying?
what I mean? No, that's a fact. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Casey and JoJo might drop, but Jodeci ain't dropping.
I'm on with that. You know what I'm saying? So hey,
I like that. I'm ready.
go ahead.
Okay, so mine's a little different because I'm always controversial. So I had to think about people who were like, who stopped maybe because of the industry more than like that. So obviously my first one is Aaliyah. Like she didn't stop on purpose. She literally passed away, but she passed away at 22. So think about it. When she was out, she was the trendsetter.
She was Beyonce.
She was. There was no Beyonce. You know, like
that's what I'm saying. Like whatever, like she was going to be that.
Yeah.
From what she.
For sure.
Doing Queen of the Damn movies, doing other movies, like she was doing movie acting. Roman Must Die.
Yeah, like she was at the top. Yeah, she was the epitome. So obviously, you know, Aaliyah, rest in peace. But her life was cut short, so therefore we didn't get to experience her full beauty. Next, Avant. I really think that Avant, specifically in that like early 2000s, had he had not stopped, like for a whole span of like 5-6 years, he gave us like hit after hit after hit after hit, and then he just, you know, did other things. I guess he did other things. India Ari. India is like everything for me. And the reason why I have to shout her out and why I said this was controversial was because in 2002, her album, Voyage to India, came out. She was nominated for 7 Grammys, didn't get one of them. And that really, like, even though she eventually came back to get some Grammys, like, for a while she walked away from the industry because it was a snub, and that was a great album. And so shout out to India. I love her voice. Ludacris. I really love Ludacris, y'all. And I will say this.
He on my list, but I thought about
Ludacris for us
he was
again.
my favorite rappers, like
when he was out up until 2006, when he stopped and started doing, Fast and the Furious. Now we have 10 of them. I would have preferred. Like, I think he was creative. I don't think he fell into the hype like other rapper. Like, when the trap era really, really started to take off. Like, I felt like Ludacris could have held his own, and so Ludacris always gets that for me. And then I liked Nappy Roots, y'all. I really appreciated them and what they brought to hip hop, and again, the industry.
Anthony Hamilton without Nappy Roots.
Oh,
it's a lot we don't go to Nappy Roots. It's a lot that we don't get.
And so I feel like Nappy Roots was different. They had that like Southern situation, and then kind of at the end of their
we don't even get Field Mob without Nappy Roots.
We don't. And so I feel like Nappy Roots, I wish they would have stayed together, but I also realized the industry at that time was pushing more towards a more trap sounding, more like they were Southern, but they weren't trap, right? And so I think that's kind of how they got pushed out. And then my honorable mention, because I have one, is Jamie Foxx.
Man, that's a
when I think about Jamie, like, first of all, Jamie Foxx musically, his voice, and I was just talking about this today. Like, Jamie Foxx really could have done the verses against Tank, because I think their voices would have met. Like, I don't think Tank and Tyrese, that just wasn't like, I mean, they were okay, but like, Tank's repertoire obviously is way bigger than Jamie Foxx's, but Jamie can sing. But Jamie was also a stand-up comedian, and he was an actor. And so I think, like, he's always kind of voiced that music was his, like, side chick, right? Like, it wasn't his main squeeze. But if he could come back, I mean, he did, like, what was it, 20? He just dropped a song not too long ago, I guess, 25, 26. But I feel like we could have gotten some more solid R&B from Jamie Foxx. There's my top 5 and my honorable.
I'm going, for sure, I'm going Jamie Foxx. He was definitely on my list. I'm also going UGK. Definitely Long Live the Pimp, you know what I mean? That would have been, UGK would have been outrageous. Definitely going Pretty Ricky.
Yes.
Definitely going Pretty Ricky.
Man, that's freshman year all over again. Oh my God. I just flashed back.
He held it down for sure. Then I'm gonna have to go. For me, I'm gonna go Dom Kennedy. Dom should have put a lot more albums for me.
Real good one.
You know what I'm saying? And then, lastly, I'd probably go. Petty. Ha! Petty. Take a dab. Petty should have put out way more albums, projects, videos, all in general. That's my nigga, but definitely Petty.
He got plenty of projects though, but as far as like marketing wise, I could see like
I'm just speaking on more so just recently, like
yeah,
like
yeah,
he definitely got a lot of projects, but just like more so.
While the city's been thriving in general, it's been a great time. What else are you saying?
Yeah, honorable mention would probably be. That's a good one. Probably Sade.
Okay. I like
I would love
Sade.
to see her in concert too.
Yes.
Even at her big age.
Still is good too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mine is Absol. Just when the prime, when they were kind of rocking his TD as a fool, I wish he would drop like at least 2 more. You know what I mean? He was absent for a long time. He dropped again, but he still only dropped maybe 3 projects. One of mine was Ludacris as well. I wish he would have focused on music maybe 2 or 3 more years longer.
Yes.
And gave us maybe one more classic album while he was in the thick of it.
Yes.
Versus being just a rapper and kind of like, I don't think he does everybody doing on purpose. Sometimes artists become characters of themselves, trying to kind of like relive what people love him for. But when using your height of it, you could have just did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That 2. 3 is Nipsey.
Yes, of
You know
course.
what I mean?
Oh, yeah. And Dolph.
Nipsey would be.
Definitely Dolph. Dolph make a nigga want to slang dope.
Ooh.
Say that.
Wow.
Say.
How you just took that and went all the way up.
Just like that. It's all right.
He went up. He like rocket ship.
He did take it
you know
up.
what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay. Rihanna.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Music fan, like
Bro, after she dropped that work, I was like, bro, she finna take over.
when anti dropped, I ain't get nothing. I ain't got nothing since then.
Yeah.
And she got snubbed too. Love
Yeah.
Beyonce, great. Beehive don't beat me up, but like that year, Anti was the R&B album to me. Sorry. That 4.
Mm-hmm.
5 is probably gonna be people don't think about this me, but LSG.
Okay.
LSG. I love LSG. That was my favorite groups.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I'm talking about, when you go to the record store, you flipping all them records, and you be like, oh,
LSG.
that's exactly what you did in my files in my mind.
Yeah,
I'm like,
LSG. Yeah.
Okay.
$1.99. Nigga ain't nobody looking for
Come
it.
on, man.
But you.
right. But,
That's
been
good.
crazy.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we talking about today, Fresh?
Well, honestly, we just gonna let Destiny lead it off because we didn't get to touch her topics last week, so we're gonna let her lead off with one of hers this week.
So I'm gonna start with like the light one. Okay. I wrote these down because I'm a nerd. Take notes. Okay, so the first one.
Face.
Yeah, listen, y'all.
You almost did, didn't you?
Y'all know.
You almost cut right there.
Man, I don't know. But for me to acknowledge it means it has to be swirling around in my head.
Yeah. You want it. So that means, okay.
I'm
It was like subconsciously you almost said, looking ass nigga.
Okay, so
I
the
see.
segment that I want to add is something called Black Men Feel. Okay.
Okay.
So I have all these, like, I get to sit up here with you guys and I get to listen to all these things, and it popped in my head and I was like, that would be good. So every week I'm gonna try to give you guys like a phrase and you guys have to like fill it in. Okay. And the segment's called Black Men Feel. So today, what I want you all to kind of answer is Black men feel most unseen when.
Oh. Okay. I guess I'll lead it out.
Go ahead.
I'll lead it out.
He said it's the light. He said it's the light.
Whenever let's say I'm addressing a concern. When I address that concern, instead of actively listening, receiving what I'm saying, you automatically respond with your concern about me. So not or
compare contrast.
It's like I bring up a concern and then you said I wouldn't have done it if you didn't do this. Or,
so it's like tit for tat, kind of.
Yeah, tit for tat.
Okay.
That's when I feel most unseen.
Okay.
Or I'm constantly being interrupted, and whenever I'm like sharing something, and not only in confidence, but like I guess in safety, trying to be safe and vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like when I take that one step in the water and that water too hot, I go,
and you're like, oh, here I come back.
That ain't gonna work. So yeah, that's when I feel most unseen.
Okay.
Yeah.
D-Slab, you feel most unseen when?
I guess it's the same. I feel most unseen when I am telling you how I feel and it's not met with the empathy you expect me to give you in the same regard.
Okay.
So if I say I'm tired and you tell me did you work 16 hours too?
Okay.
I didn't say you didn't.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
So in that instance, what would the ideal response be? You come home and say, or you're on the phone, whatever, babe, I'm tired. What are you looking for?
Some head.
And again.
Like,
Even farther. This man said,
he ain't finna sit here and lie.
It's not even that because I wasn't thinking that at all. Like I love you, but I swear to God, I wasn't thinking that in no form, fashion. Like it wasn't no. Yes, that's nice. I get it. I'm not gonna deny what you're saying, but I promise you,
what'd you say? That
my
was
heart
not my
it
thought.
wasn't on my mind. I'm trying to answer because I've never get the question what I was the ideal response. That's why. That's actually what I'm thinking about. It may be what I want to hear. I don't know because I don't even know what I would say
If someone said
if
that.
she asked me. So what's wrong, babe? You good? What you need?
That's real.
And maybe I think the ideal, I guess, in the best case scenario would just be just kind of like same thing. We want you to hear my day out a little bit. Tired, man, what happened? What got you so tired? Ask. Be inquisitive. Like, right, care about why I'm tired. Not that I'm just tired all because I'm a man, I work, and I'm supposed to work, and I'm supposed to be tired, I guess. You know what I mean? It's like, I think that's the space of where where I can't say me, all men, but the reason I don't express things like that because what I've been met with is this is the role I have. Right? So it's like
Like that's your responsibility to work and be tired.
supposed to be tied to like, but when if and this is where you get the comparison part and why I think it's dangerous for men and women had a comparison part. We do it is when you could say the same exact thing and you're met with empathy because the plight of a woman is more respected.
Than that of a man.
The hardships of a woman is more respected. You're a woman. Oh my God, you taping your feet all day, girl, and you got and the presumption of it that you're gonna do everything else when you leave, and I won't. And you gotta watch the kids when you get home, and you gotta watch this, and you got to cook clean for that man. You get home, not thinking that I won't be doing that same exact thing.
But your weight is just as heavy. That's real.
Assumption part.
That's real.
You ain't gonna get nothing else done because
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired. Oh my gosh, that mean you ain't finna go home.
Ain't finna do
You
nothing.
take trash out.
All you gonna do is play the game,
Get home,
watch the
play
game.
you know what I mean? Shit like that, and the presumption of
It's
it.
like you immediately mistrust.
That's real.
That's crazy, but that's how you know, like how, like we have so many different, like we express our survival mechanisms, like
Yeah.
like immediately.
Yeah.
It's no,
But
like,
it's something I heard today, and I might play that. We might pause it, and I might play that clip early in a few. But it's dignity don't have a gender. These things that we put on men or women, it's both. So I'm tired, you tired. That's it.
Yeah.
Not you tired because I'm a man. That's what I'm supposed to be, or you tired because you're a woman. No, we just tired.
We're just tired.
You know what I mean? Some of these things are gender neutral. That we put stigmas on this more or more of that. You know what I mean? It's the alpha, beta, it's this, that, and the third of what you hear. Sometimes niggas like to be the little spoon too. So is he a bitch now? No, he's just having a beta moment. He want to sit under the bosom of his wife or his girl and just lay on her chest and just be chill. Same way she want to be curled on my arm at certain times and feel that for that. We just lean more towards one sometimes. So I lean probably more toward masculine. Don't mean I ain't got beta mentality where I might want to be under my woman like a little boy was when I was a kid under my mama. You dig what I'm saying? So it's the same conversation. Like, yeah. But that's why I found say that, yeah.
That's real. Rome, you feel most unseen when?
I was sitting there trying to think of which one I wanted to say. No, at this point. No. I was finna say for me it's like it's having conversations, and then when it's time to put in what was conversated about or conversed about.
Thank you for fixing it.
Yeah, I know.
I just found out something about linguistics. Anything that's a state of us doing something can be a word. So conversate is a word that has been in the dictionary for a very long time. It's classism why we don't say conversate. Next.
Oh.
I just heard about that. Maybe you just triggered me thinking about it. I wasn't trying to trick you. You like, it just triggers me like, it's just like, oh, shit, I hear new information.
Squirrel.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to like it all.
But yeah, so like having a conversation and then like when it's time to do said conversation, your feelings and how you feel about said work is more influenced than than what was actually being said. So let's say me and Slab say we go do something, and then when it's time to go do it, oh man, like you said, I'm tired. So me, you being tired, make you feel that I don't want to go do this.
Oh no, yeah.
So it's almost like a disregard for, we had this conversation, we came up with this agreement,
It's a
whatever that
contract agreement.
is.
It's a
And
verbal
now
contract.
your emotions are taking over in the place of what we already agreed about.
Exactly. Especially when it's time, like when it says, let's just say about like an argument boundary. All right, let's say it's some time, all right, something happened and you feel some type of way. And you know when you feel some type of way, if you were to talk about this right now, it's going to erupt, it's going to explode just off your nature alone. So the boundary is, okay, you're supposed to simmer in it and deal with it mentally. So when you come back, you can explain it mentally and your emotions or whatever it is that what the imbalance was at the time, instead of it being an explosion in a situation and it now becoming more than what it should be.
Yeah.
Because that always leads to worse thing down the line.
Yeah.
That was so deep. I appreciate y'all. I don't think sometimes
That was the light one, y'all.
that was the light one. Oh my gosh. Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. We say this is like, no, I think it's important because kind of going into like the next topic that I wanted to bring up, like I find myself continually going over like the role of Black men and Black women and how there are conversations, kind of like how you said, I don't know that anybody's ever asked me, that before. And so like, I believe that there are a lot of things in our community that we talk about, all these like overarching topics, right? But then we don't get down to the nitty gritty of like why. And so I don't know that we talk about a lot on this pod, but I don't know that I've ever just said like, let me just ask these real questions. And because I realize that a majority of men aren't being asked these questions.
But that's the context of the responses. The why is the context of the response.
Yeah.
Like that, and I think that's why these are good sides, because the why is will get to why is how.
Yes.
How can he talk to me like that? Why you think?
Yeah.
It ain't just how he gets to this point.
Why did we get here?
Why do we get here?
Why
You
did
know
we
what I
get
mean?
here?
The why is the how. Like, how do we get here? Because the why.
Basically, what I was just saying, like in a situation where is we got here how because you ain't do what we said we were supposed to do,
And that's the why.
And now the why is now we both up and having the whole argument instead of just having a simple conversation tomorrow later on about this or after we done smoked. You know what I'm saying? It's like simple things to ease your mind. And for me, a big thing is if I don't work 10 hours, I'm trying to come home and decompose for a little bit. And then boom, right? Like you said, a little tired, but I'm right back at it. Like even on average day, like come here if I work on a Monday, working 10 hours, and then boom, coming right in here. It's like, but I'm still finna go home and chill for a little second, and then boom, right back at it. But it's like you don't.
Yeah, well,
But that's part of the process. Part of the process, and just part of knowing your partner, and like I said, things agreed upon. So.
Well, that's a great segue into what we're going into next. So, have you guys ever heard of the man of the house rule? Or law, rather.
Law? No. I've heard saying in the house. Yeah.
Okay. So, in the 1940s to the 1960s, the Federal Aid to Families with Dependent Children, so AFDS, like where you got your food stamps, right, implemented something known as the man in the house or the substitute father rule. The policy stated that a home with an able-bodied man living in it was ineligible for government welfare assistance. Yes.
That's what it's called.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Okay, I know the law. I didn't know that's what it was called.
That's the one where the lady can't get Section 8 with her.
So it's deeper than that, right? So at this time, systemic racism, segregation, redlining meant Black men were largely barred from well-paying jobs, unions, and stable employment. They literally could not earn enough to feed their families. So here comes welfare, right? And so what welfare department sanctioned was midnight raids. So in other words, we might be together in a relationship, but they sanctioned midnight raids where DHS workers would come to your house in the middle of the night. And if your house showed any sign of a man, pair of shoes, razor, any type of manly presence, you would lose your food stamps immediately.
My cousin kicked out of a project because of that.
Right.
It was two men, it was a baby daddy boots. He didn't stay there.
Right. But any presence.
He had his boots there.
Yep. And so they would look in your closets. First of all, they would come in your house without a warrant at night. They would search closets, look under beds, check for the smell of shaving cream, look for another pair of shoes. And if there was any sign of a man, the state immediately cut off all food and housing checks for the mother and children. So the Black father had to abandon his family physically so that they wouldn't starve. Now, eventually the Supreme Court rules this unconstitutional in 1968. But technically, the damage was already done. So for 3 decades,
I would say 40, 30 years already.
Women had to essentially say, like, I love you, boo, but you can't get a good job, which means you can't be here.
You can't
right?
get a good job. I can't get a good job.
No, you can't get a job, so we can't move here.
We can't move here. We either can't live here.
Now we have to pay the full rent. Because that leads on to something else.
Yeah.
The misconception of people who live in the projects. Everybody ain't got $52 rent.
Right.
I want that to be an understanding from the audience out there and people watching this. Like, if like I know my niggas from the projects, and yeah, so it's like, yes, some niggas had $52 rent, $60 rent. Some niggas was still paying that
Market
full
rent.
market price
Right.
rent, which is $600, $700, $300, $400 for rent without good paying job, like you said, without good, and they don't get food stamps, and they don't get the things that you think people get. Everybody get that live in the project. Everybody ain't a subsidiary thing. They can't afford the $1,200 rent though. Like they can't afford the regular rent. An apartment complex that's $1,500,
Right.
$1,600, $1,700. So they can't. They make too much.
Yeah.
Or they're not going to separate from their family to get the full effects of living in the projects. You got to live in the projects.
Yeah.
And pay $700-$800 for it to live in the projects.
Right.
It ain't equal across the board.
And
with it.
so, and with the rule, I'm glad you said that, because this was just the food stamp program, right? So they outlawed it for the food stamp program, but it still very much affects Section 8, housing. So it's very discriminatory, but it leads me to think about some of the conversations, specifically the tropes on like the hyper independent Black women, right? And there's a system that says, I was raised to be this hyper independent Black woman because there was a time when I literally had to choose between my children's survival and being in this relationship. As much as I want to be in this relationship and I want us to have a nuclear family, right? We talk about the mom, the dad, the children. At one time in our country, the Black nuclear family was so under attack that we had to try to strip anything away to even make that a thing. So really my question to you all was like, thinking about that system that was in place, how could that reframe our thinking about the hyper independent Black woman or the deadbeat dad?
Oh, that's a great question.
So with the information, how could they reframe our thinking?
Yeah, for like the hyper independent Black woman. So the Black woman's like, I don't need, a man is just more problems or issues. Or on the other side, the deadbeat dad, like the dad that doesn't come around. He's not doing anything.
If anybody's willing, their heart is open enough, we show more empathy.
Yeah.
And I think, we show more empathy as far as that, because again, that's putting things in context.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But it's either the PTA. We either choose the PTSD and just be like, this is the way I am, or we choose like, dang, man, I'm not gonna allow what I've gone through to define who I am going to be, or who I am present.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. It's so many different socioeconomic and social factors that go into somebody either staying there in the mindset or changing it.
Yeah.
Because you could be in one household, because then what's behind your wall, not just what's outside your house.
Correct.
Right. So you could be in one household, in a project, so square by square, you all live next to each other. Your mom goddamn be ratchet, extra, don't care about certain, let you watch TV all day, BT, play the game, smoke weed, going. You might have a mom say, I don't care, we did the motherfucking project, you ain't gonna go to school, you gonna go do this, you gonna go do that, you gonna boom, 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 boom. So your outlook on this is actually possible, maybe. Right? Maybe she put you in programs, put you in certain things where you see things outside your circumstances. So now that you see it's possible to do something beyond, you have the wherewithal to have that knowledge. Unfortunately, that's best case scenario.
Right.
Right. That's best case. That's not average scenario. adversary scenario is the other one I just said.
Yeah.
Right, is that it's so many of us congested in this one thing, in this boxed in, confined environment
As
that
long as y'all ain't doing no fucked up shit and nobody ain't getting hurt.
ain't nobody got. And even then, if somebody, it's just
being
part of that.
on the
It's part of the program.
Yeah.
It's like some. When I watch Dark Knight, you know, I always go to movies and shit. But and that nigga said if if a group of gangbangers get killed tomorrow, it's part of protocol. If one mayor get killed, the whole city go on array. Don't kill my mayor, y'all. I'm just saying. I like my mayor, my boy.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's it's normalized. So it's not even off script for me to see murder, death, drugs, prostitution, fights every day, social economic bullying, right? Being richer than the other person in the projects, having more money than the nigga in the project. So you got a beans, but y'all both live in the projects.
Yeah.
Light skin, like now all these other factors that layer on
Colorism,
to things,
yeah.
colorism, to even in the hood, you see more who's richer in the hood. Right, that's where the hood rich thing come into play. Where you may live in a 1-bedroom, dusty, fucked up house like I do, but your mama drive a Benz, so now you have a complex about yourself. Your mama buy you George all through the year, but with my mama,
But your child can't read.
and so now we understand that. But now the kid is the layer of the value. Now the kids on but why would they?
Very true.
But why would they?
Yeah.
What reason have you given them?
Yeah.
What humans are mold.
Yeah.
We are clay.
Yeah.
Nobody is the reason we value the thing we talk about intelligence, we talk about things because somebody in our life made it of importance. Somebody in our life gave us the importance. Some kids ain't, and you see them in your schools, like these kids ain't they 13, 14 and just caring about reading.
Oh, right.
Yeah. They caring, not about do they know how to do it as well. They even care to want to do it.
Yeah.
My mom made me think about reading when I was 4.
Yeah.
When I was 5, I was writing poems at 8. I knew about stanzas and free verse and shit like this. And Edgar Allan Poe when I was 9, 10 years old. And I'm in the hood. That's not the norm.
Very true.
That's the privilege I had to acknowledge.
Very true.
And then so we acknowledge those parts of ourselves is understanding that everybody don't get that side of the story.
Yeah.
So it's like the perspective of how do we deal with those people that knowing that is understanding your privilege of it.
Yeah.
So when you talk to people, you got to acknowledge that part first before you even say something to them.
Yeah.
Hey, I see you, my boy. Now, my mama gave me these type of tools. I'm educated, so certain things I learned a little before you, but we're gonna attack it though. Come on.
Yeah.
Now you disowned them.
Yeah.
Cause you acknowledge your privilege. If you just if a nigga who want to get an NBA and from the hood add Bronny James, man, how'd you get an NBA? Man, you know, I worked hard. I went to the gym every day.
No, my dad.
And
My dad.
might have did all that though. That's not dismissing what you did.
Yeah.
But you know, my dad LeBron James.
Yeah, my dad.
And then also I still had to get in the room.
Yeah.
I still had to do this. I still had to do that to be seen in that space to get to this point.
Yeah.
So that doesn't negate that work he did, but he has to acknowledge that before the other kid to say, man, nigga, you is 6'3" though. I'm 5'11".
Yeah.
You gotta acknowledge you gotta acknowledge you 6'9" first.
Yeah.
Before the nigga who want to be a point guard asks you how you get in the league.
Yeah. Very true.
Right? Like these things of understanding your privilege in your life is be able to acknowledge that others don't have it.
I appreciate you saying that because I had a conversation once where I was talking to someone, it was in an academic circle, and I was talking about Black privilege. And they were like, what do you mean Black privilege? And I was like, well, just hear me out. I said, even in our community, there are people who have 2 parents in the home. There are people who live in more affluent spaces. There are people who have more involved parents. There are people who have parents who are more educated or went to the military or so when I'll take myself, for example. Although my parents divorced, my father was in the military for 20 years. We were, back in the 90s, we were I would say we were middle class, but middle class back then was a thing. We lived in a subdivision. We had sidewalks. I went to a decent school. So when I was talking to them about those things, I remember I went to a predominantly white school. I was one of very few African Americans. And I remember going into spaces super excited to see black kids. Like everywhere I went, I was super hyped. I was like, you know how in Blackish, have y'all ever seen the the show where he's talking about the International Black Head Nod? Like no matter where you are, you do the head nod to the black people, right? So me and my friends, or my friends and I rather, are very excited to go to any black school for sports. Because we don't see black kids in my school. Like, it's white boys. We're the only ones. And so when we go to black schools, to my dismay,
They don't fuck with y'all.
they don't fuck with us. They did not mess with us. They, and on their mind, we talked white, first of all. Don't get me started. We talked white.
I get it, though.
Our parents came to all of our events. We had, like I remember one time one girl was like, "You think you cute because your hair is longer than ours?" And I was like, "Is that a thing?" Like I didn't understand the pressures that we put on each other. Because again, in my quote unquote black privilege, like I went to a school that was an A+ school in Ohio at the time. Like we had great academics and we did all these things. And so in my mind, I didn't realize until I went to an HBCU that there were systems even within our own nationality. Yes. I just knew that they called me Oreo. Like they were like, "Oh, you're a black white girl," and I'd be like, "I don't know what that means." Like they hit me with that.
I heard them call people Oreos or coconuts.
Yeah. Like I was an Oreo, and I was and then I think about it now because I'm like, I look at my same friends or those same people who at one point talked about me, and I was like, well, you never left our city, right? Like I realized too that was a privilege. I was used to moving. My dad was in the military. We moved every 4 years.
Yeah, normal.
It was normal for me. It was normal for me to have to make new friends. It was normal for me to do those things. But it also makes me wonder, like, for my friends who didn't come from that, who were still just as successful as me, right? There's a drive, there's an intellect, there's a work ethic. To me, I loved interacting with my friends who were from quote unquote the hood because they knew they had a street smart that I had to learn in a different way. You know, come on,
it's some shit I can't teach you.
Right,
It's definitely different levels to black people. Like we break down all the time. Like it's a difference in like a hood nigga and a street nigga. Like most black dudes are either a street nigga, a hood nigga, or depending on where you might nowadays more so you might be from the suburbs. So it's like that in itself is already 3 levels. Then you go into the actual like we break down the social economics of it all, the brain telling you that I'm better than you because of whatever, or the comparison of it all.
And we weaponize it when we in those privileges. That's I thought.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
because privilege is linear depending on where you.
For sure.
Who's in the room?
For sure.
Right. Like we had more privilege than you right now in this room. If you were in a room with a trans girl, you had more privilege than that trans. If you in a room with a girl who had less education than you had more privilege than that person.
Slayer.
Right. I was seeing somebody talk about it when I said trans. They said a lot of black women are transphobic because this is the first time they've not been the lowest on the totem pole. Like it's a back door, and we didn't know it was a trap door under the door. Right. That's what that's why I say this, because depending on where you at, in a more majority space society, because trans and gay people are still this very small section of society that's acknowledged who say they're gay, right, and say they're trans. You have more privilege in the room because people about sexuality and when it comes to that type of what you identify with, they're shunned still. Like still a taboo thing,
right,
to talk about it, just be around. You say you're a trans man or woman or something like that, and you just around everyday people, not around your community, around everyday people at your job or something like that. People feel like they got to walk a little, you know what I mean, because they don't want to say nothing. Identify, what do you identify? What about, you know what I mean? It's all those type things, type shit. All that type shit, you know what I mean? So depending on the room you're in, when I'm around white men, I don't have the privilege.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whiteness. So depending on what room I am, the white woman may think she's below me, but she's not. If we're talking blackness, depending on where we at.
Yeah.
But in a room full of men and women, she may be below me now. Like when all of a sudden it's 20 men and it's only 7 women, don't care if they white or black, they're probably in there under me. So the privilege of people is linear depending on
for sure
the situation.
For sure.
The situation who in the room.
Yeah. Well, I just appreciate you. That was my black tidbit for the day. So thanks. That was my burning
And
question.
that was the light one.
No, well, the first one was the light one.
All of them was no. That was she said, "I'm gonna go eat on y'all on the first time." That's what she said.
Listen, because I feel like, again, it keeps circling my mind that there are things that there are conversations in our community we continue to have, but we don't go to the systems. So it's not like I just woke up one day and I was a hyper independent Black girl. Like, I have to go back to, why was I raised to be that way? Okay, well, I was raised to be that way because, you have the war on drugs. You have very targeted attacks at the system of the Black family, no matter what that looks like. And so we don't ever necessarily have that conversation. We like to stay on the, oh, well, she out here being a this or that or this, but like, we don't understand where the welfare queen trope came from. We don't understand where the deadbeat dad came from, or why wasn't the dad in the home. Like, these were systems that were systemic. We were systemically attacked because they knew that if our families were intact, what could you do?
I mean, and it's the, why wouldn't they?
I see it's all about
on that end of it. Why wouldn't they?
It's all about population control in the sense of how many people it is and actually the control of the people. Like, so at the end of the day, like, that punch, like, the punch was for the control of the people. Is like, bro, like, crazy number, like 10-50% of people that took COVID-19, like, that died or something like that. Like, that's a crazy number. When you think about the totality,
like vaccine,
when you think about the totality of how many people actually took the shot, like, that's a massive amount of people. Then to come with people, like, just depending on what you believe, then like the global warming, you know what I'm saying, all that shit, all the metals, just metals pretty much in everything now. You know what I'm saying, at least in America, at least. So it's like, all that shit is about population control for me at the end of the day.
And Black people, the reason why we can't get back, we personalize it. So it becomes, it's kind of what I was saying about the thing I was going to talk about the system of misogyny versus attacking men as the face of misogyny. Like, it's women that can be misogynistic too. But like, that's just not that's what we talk about. Like, that's what I mean by things like gender neutral, everything. A woman who front faces in her mask, because a lot of things reverse nowadays. Right, so like, even back in the day, where the man was the dominant over patriarchy, like patriarchy, right? So the man was the dominant, and the woman, in a simplified sense, obviously, it was the trophy. Pretty, beautiful, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. You can reverse that now. When women say they won't even date niggas who look good.
Are we calling that misogyny, though?
Yeah, but the system. It's the system of misogyny. It's not the person I'm attacking. It's just the system of hyper independence. That's misogyny from patriarchy. Because the system.
What does define misogyny?
So misogyny is the hatred, contempt, or deeply entrenched prejudice against women.
That's what misogyny is. So I understand your context. I understand what you're saying as far as I guess more so the spirit behind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why the system of it, not even the concept of the concept of the word of what it's the system of what is created through.
So you're more talking about sexism then, right?
Overall, yeah, that's
overall.
Right. That's what it leads. That's what it leads to. Yeah.
So you have misogyny that's specifically women, like the prejudice against women, and then you have sexism, which is like, I can be prejudiced against a man or a woman.
And that's where because the misogyny leads to women wanting more equality, being behind the 8 ball longer than Black people even, or then pretty much coming out at the same time, or like not being behind the 8 ball pretty much all at the same point.
Because Black women get it the worst of
for sure.
Because even in the feminist movement and stuff like that, that was white women doing stuff that brought Black women into the feminist movement, like, and then they didn't defend Black women in the feminist movement.
I think
they needed us in the feminist.
They needed what they brought, and then they didn't defend y'all in the feminist movement when it wasn't beneficial for them.
Right. And then Black men ends up being end up being the target for something that we can't even control outside of proximity. Like, okay,
Facts.
If I smack the girl in my house, yes, I abuse her, right?
Right.
But doggone, just because I'm like, if I'm the one that did it and I'm the culprit, don't make 5 or 10 other Black men the same thing. And so it's like it's like we too loose and we too lazy with our language.
Mm-hmm.
I always say blame the person. Don't say that person.
Yeah.
If you say Dante hurt your heart, say Dante hurt. Don't say black men ain't shit. If you say if Keisha hurt your heart, don't say bitches ain't shit. Keisha did that to you.
You said that was Keisha.
That was Keisha did that to you. That was whoever Daryl. That was whatever you want to name the nigga. It was him.
Daryl.
It was the him. But it's attack him though.
Yeah.
Don't look at the whole concept of a person or gender based on what you had, even if you had 5, 10 of them.
And
Yeah.
not even that. Then
The sample size still small.
then it's still a misconception in your own head because it's like at the end of the day you chose this person. You like the concept of being in a relationship isn't one-sided.
Why ain't it just relationships?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's where like it just leads this concept of like this system just leads and it gets deeper and deeper when we talking about the psychoanalysis.
More so like it's more blame shifting than taking accountability. Or being aware enough to know why I even think this way.
Exactly. Because the reason why you even hear this.
Why am I choosing this person? Why?
Yeah.
They come back to why.
Yeah.
Why am I choosing that person?
Yeah.
And how did we get? Like you said,
How did we get here? Yeah.
So many different factors that go in, including what you mentioned earlier.
Then you go back to the parents. Then you might have a 2-parent household, but you might have seen your parents get abused, so you might take some abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have seen. And what really big in the black household is what people don't really talk about enough is the verbal abuse. Like verbal abuse is number one among black people more than anything.
Yes.
We hypersensitive. I'm talking about like millennials now. Like it's like the second half of millennials. And I mean, when I say second half, I'm talking about from like, let's say, started 84, ended 96. So, yeah, from like 90, 91 out, from 90, 91 on, we the second half of that generation that more so identify with the Gen Zers.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Or connected to the Gen Zers.
I'm definitely that way, and I feel that way a lot of times. Like with my parents, I like it's totally different than my mom, my step pop. Like, or at least how I was when I was growing up. Like, couldn't talk, like can't say nothing, ain't no opinion.
Stay in a child's place.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Like,
speak when being spoken to.
Just seeing the difference of like, but also being like self-aware. Also, like that's a big thing too. Like you said, most people don't even give a fuck. Like most people still out here eating McDonald's because it's cheap instead of not knowing. Like doing a little research will help you and go a long way, or just having a better diet or whatever. It's just like the little things of actually trying to be better as a person every day. Because like I always say, shit, because it go back to now you in all these systems and you worry more day to day about survival than it is fucking trying to eat healthy.
Well, they got you in the loop for a reason.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
You in the loop.
And
that's what we talked about earlier. We come back, circle back what you said, having grace to understand that we have an intelligent level and have understanding that to know that.
Yeah.
The average person don't think like that on a regular basis. These conversations ain't. That's why you have to. No, we have to.
No, for sure.
A lot of people don't. No, we don't. Most intellects, people that are intelligent, don't have empathy.
Some people abuse.
I see it too many times. I'm around people who are perceived smarter than me because they articulate their words better than me. I'm country. I slur my words and all that type of shit. But I got a high level intellect. I read a lot of books that I know niggas do not read. I do a lot of research and a lot of stuff that I know niggas don't. But because how I express it, niggas think they smarter than you.
Yeah.
And then when I have to break things down because you articulate a word better, and now you're abusing your intelligence to try to verbally slash me and try to disprove me versus trying to educate me and learn me something where I can be elevated to that level. You don't want that.
No.
Because then you know what comes play after intelligence? Character.
Yeah.
Now we gotta attack the real you. Integrity.
Well, that's why, I mean, we went there. That is why Black Nashville doesn't get very far.
Oh, here we go.
Because, and I won't even say Black Nashville. I think that there are probably a lot of Black communities that follow this very same thing. Mm-hmm. You have a small group of people who have made it. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to name names, but many of them know. We know them, right? A lot of them. Okay, and it's like, you said what?
What's made it?
Made it. You have accumulated some form of wealth or status within the Black community. You have a name that is probably spoken in rooms that are diverse. Okay. Maybe you have started, maybe you're in real estate. Maybe you have started businesses. Yeah. So like, quote unquote, made it, right? And so when we're talking about that, why is it that in the Black community, we have a handful of clubs that are opened by the same people, or that are only successful if they're patronized by these certain people? Like, to me, I think that we're missing out on an opportunity. Well, it's a few things. If I get into this door, I don't know if you all have ever read The Spook That Sat by the Door, right?
Spook That Sat by the Door is my favorite.
Yes. So, like, obviously the whole concept is like, you know, we can kind of, we're hearing about these conversations even though we're not in the room, right? But if we have someone who's in that proximity, the thought would be, well, let me go ahead and tell y'all what's happening up in here.
Thursday alley over here.
Right. So that way y'all can go on and y'all don't have to do as much as I had to do. But the reality is when people get in that room, the room starts to, you don't want anybody else to be in that room with you. Right? And so I think we have to, that's another conversation we need to have.
We operate from scarcity.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's obvious.
And it's layered. It's two levels of scarcity.
Yeah, go ahead. Lean into
you know why? Because it's scarcity also is from what you've been taught when you was kids.
Yeah.
The old heads in society, I had to walk 10 miles.
Yeah, they didn't trust each other.
I had to go through it. Why can't you? Why can't you start? Because you're supposed to set the foundation up so I do not have to.
Why do I have to walk? Bring me a sled.
No other reason.
Like, why do I have to?
Why I didn't get whipped by massa? Because my people fought and revolted back and we ended slavery.
Right.
Oh, why I didn't have to go through civil rights and get sprayed by dogs? Because my granddaddy did it for me.
Yeah.
That's why. Sure. Why I didn't have to walk 10 miles? Because somebody came up and made a car. Damn, why I ain't got? Because somebody came up with Uber.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I don't have to walk to school. My kid don't got to walk to school if I don't need her to walk to school no more.
Yeah.
Because I can call her Uber and have a safe drive and make sure she get to school.
Yeah.
The progression is for those things. But sometimes we get in the scarcity of that.
Yeah.
Thinking we won't have it anymore makes us close fist. And then we act scared in his way because scarcity, what he's saying. Because now we...
Yeah.
Got to grab for me. I got it.
Folks get the gatekeeping.
Yeah.
For their own games. You know what I'm saying?
For themselves.
And what it does is what we thinking is progressing is actually destroying.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They're not gatekeeping the integrity of the culture. They're not gatekeeping the values of things.
Yeah.
They're not gatekeeping that to where you have to have a certain standard of integrity to be over here.
Yeah.
We just gatekeeping the money.
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
The access.
There we go.
We're not gatekeeping the good things.
And what's crazy is, like, I was reading, there was an economist that talked about scarcity, which is very made up, right? And I use this example. You go in Kroger right now, and I tell my children this, I tell my students this, anybody, you go in Kroger's right now, and when you walk down the bread aisle, guess what? There's 1,000 different types of bread. There's private selection bread. There's Martin's bread. There's potato bread. There's butter bread. There's the cheap bread. There's the real cheap bread. There's the bougie bread, right? Like, and depending on the day of the week, you will buy whatever type of bread. And guess what? If my favorite bread isn't there, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy the loaf next to it. Or I'm going to go to a different store, depending on how much time I have. But, like, scarcity doesn't exist. And if we all just realize, if I let somebody else in this door and you can only add on, you can bring a value add, then now we've literally just opened up the door for other people. Instead of...
It's money. They don't take away.
There we go.
They add a whole other profit margin to this.
But sometimes
you think they just brings weight.
A lot of times it be deeper than it don't be deeper. Not necessarily what value brings. A lot of times people bring more baggage than they do value.
There we go. I'll take that.
Especially when we talking about, like, with black people, we come back down to the social economics of it all. Mm-hmm. Like, now we got to get back into, okay, you might be able to bring some money in here, but we know you might steal some money too. You got to keep it funky. You know what I'm saying?
You got to discern, absolutely.
And that's why I say gatekeeping is actually essential in a sense, like in that manner, because it's like
what you gatekeeping.
You got to know, like you said, even though you're trying to bring your homies from the neighborhood, you got to know, like the old saying, everybody can't go. And then everybody might be able to make some money, but are they necessarily good or important for this room?
And also, just because somebody's charismatic doesn't mean they can properly lead other people.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Just because they got away with words, they can talk to people.
Or don't mean you know how to carry responsibility. You come through on your word. You know, it's a lot of motherfuckers who got flavor and got sauce and good speakers. I know a lot of good speakers.
And
that's why.
I mean, Hitler was a phenomenal speaker. Hitler was a phenomenal.
One of the best.
Hitler, Stalin. Some of the worst dictators in the world were phenomenal orators, right?
If you don't learn from enemy, that's why you suffer from it. If you don't learn that, if you don't learn from people that you don't like, you don't learn from the messenger you think you don't like, you're going to miss out on a lot of fucking good messages.
Right.
putting that personalizing the person with man. You better learn that.
Right.
Because you're right. Like, they were great speakers, and that's why they led what they fucking led. That's why you better like.
They led some movements now, didn't they?
Martin Luther King and Malcolm X out this motherfucker speaking good now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Well, I have a question because we were talking about and I think this argument's been going on for years as far as like generations and the values. Like millennials, we always talking about, you know what I'm saying, the young ones, and then we talking about the baby boomers and all them, and they talking about us and all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, at what point do we actually like, and I'm talking about us as millennials overall, stop the rebellion against the OGs. Now, we've gotten to a place to where we've addressed all like a lot of the stuff that could have been corrected or could have been done better or we could have done without. But at what point do we be like, you know what? He has great right here for a reason, or she has great for a reason. Like sometimes Hove did that so we don't have to go through that. Sometimes we gotta be able to be like to listen to wisdom. And it's like, at what point, and this is just me just asking a question, and if you know, y'all can chime in if it's on your spirit, but it's like, at what point do we heed to wise counsel from not just only within our proximity, but from OGs that
period.
Period.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I think the acknowledgement of I think for us, deciphering what is real and what's personal to them. So buying a house and all that type of shit may not be important to you no more in this generation, this society, because economically it don't even make sense. Right? The things they kind of hang their hat on, what they did,
Right.
we literally cannot do anymore. It's not literally fiscally possible. They want 3 times the rent in 1980s, and you could work at McDonald's and have a house. That's a fact. You can't do that in today's society. So certain things we have to decipher what's bullshit and what's a foundation of a principle they passed on that we can use today. I think that's where but niggas, like you always say, niggas still mad.
100%.
So they can't. That's why it's about the message. That's what I mean about the messenger. You have to be able to look past the messenger and try to decipher the message sometimes. It ain't about if the nigga who say treat women right and all that type of shit and tell you how to live, and he was fucking 20 hoes in the 80s. He telling you this because now he's not that, and he's lonely.
Right.
That's why he's telling you that. Man, that woman do what for you? She do what for you? But you better hold on to her. You better hold on to her. You better hold on to her.
Right.
Yes, he's the nigga that cheated on his wife. Yes, he's the nigga that got 2 other families. He blew all his money on, and he's telling you from experience of who did it the wrong way. I tell you all the time, one of the biggest blessings I had was having 2 bad father figures. That's my biggest blessing. Me seeing it done the wrong way multiple times so he can stick with me and not how to do it. Even if I slip, I have the foundation never to slip that far, right? And how to pick up and then elevate past that. If I don't heed those lessons and I'm angry because of that situation, those situations with those father figures, I don't become who I am. Because now I'm just holding on to being mad because it didn't work out the way I wanted to work out. Nigga, you niggas be 35. You niggas be 33.
45.
You niggas, I'm just my art. You niggas be 38.
Yeah.
Niggas be 30, almost 40.
Yeah, man.
And you niggas still mad about what happened in 2006 when your mama didn't do some come to your football game.
Y'all, we
niggas,
really be screwed up.
I'm telling you, I be seeing, we
really do.
Because I be talking to niggas.
But we're not, we don't get empathy though. Like, it's like, bro,
but that's the other part. That's the other part. We gotta have empathy part.
You're right though. But you're right.
But that's what I said earlier though.
Yeah.
We have to have empathy for that. But that's hard when that may not be your experience.
Yeah, when you don't get that.
No, y'all are exactly right.
But
and I'm just adding to the point, like, damn, like, cause it's like it's the running joke now. It's like, man, you got your heart broke in 9th grade.
Man, you a savage. You're a savage.
It's like, at what point in 9th grade was anybody willing to express or be able to honor your agency? It's like what you've gone through.
Yeah.
Man, that probably really hurt me.
Yeah.
In the 9th grade.
But
you know what I'm saying?
What it makes me think of when you said your question, I had to look it up. So in the Bible, Matthew chapter 13, it talks about the wheat and the tare, right? And essentially the story, to sum it all up, is there was a farmer and he sowed good seed. And in the middle of the night, the enemy comes and he sold tare, which is like weeds. And so as the harvest starts to come, the servants are like, oh my God, what do we do? Because the weeds are by the good seed. And the good farmer says, don't even worry about it. Let it all grow up. We're going to pick it all together, and then we're going to separate the wheat from the tare. And what I think in our generation is that for whatever reason, we bought into the lie that we had to take it all, right? We had to take the good with the bad instead of and I don't think, and I'll personalize this, I don't know that I ever really learned how. I didn't have the example of how to separate the wheat from the tare, right? So what happened was I took everything, and then as I was going through life taught me how to separate the good from the bad. It was forced. It was a forced separation, right? And so what happened is now I'm in a space where I think where we millennials are is we're trying to separate, because for a while I was carrying both good and bad with me everywhere I went. But as bad was coming, I was like, okay, I don't think I want that to happen. And instead of taking away all the bad, I'm still carrying my good and bad from my childhood. And now I'm trying to separate it, right? Whereas my children, now I'm trying to tell them, hey, we don't want you to go down this path. To see, what we did is we didn't allow them to experience any bad, right? So now we have this generation of kids who don't know how to discern. They don't know how to separate. Should I wear this to school or should I wear this to church, right? And so what I'm realizing, as you said that, it was just like, oh God, that's why it like popped in my spirit. I was like, oh, this is the wheat and the tare. Like, nobody ever showed us how to separate the good seed from the bad seed, or no one ever said, hey, it's all going to come to you. You're going to have to separate those weeds. And then guess what we're going to do? We're going to burn them. And then you don't have to worry about it. So the good and the bad are going to come, right? In anything that we do. And I think, to answer, like, I think millennials, we're at a very interesting place. We're learning about mental health. We're learning about healthy relationships. We're learning about all these things that it seems like we're learning for the first time. It's not that the OGs didn't tell us. They were going through their own traumas, right?
And also, they didn't have, some of these weren't things.
And some of these
we got to be honest. Some of these concepts, not even mental health, has been in society since the 1900, early 1900s. Like, psychology degrees have been mental health and how to deal with the brain. The psychology and communities that we came up in.
Yeah.
Some terms
it wasn't accepted.
Weren't accepted, and some things are new things that the therapist community are telling you. We just came up with this in 2018.
Yeah, we're
developing things.
Yes.
That and y'all common people are using that in every rhetoric of life.
Listen, I had friends when I was little who went to therapists. They were my white friends. They went to therapists when they were little. Our therapist was the church. Let's be clear. I grew up in church. Your therapist was the pastor and the deacons and the deaconess and the prayer warriors and whatever type of church you went to with their structure inside of it. I don't necessarily. The first time I remember having my child, she's 18 now. And if you didn't go to church, where you getting it, right?
I started going to church. I didn't go to church. I was 15. 16.
Right. So when I remember I had my first child, Janelle, she's 18. The nurse comes in the room at one of her well baby checkups. And all I remember hearing about is DCS takes away your kids, right? So I knew back then that I had the baby blues. I kind of figured it out. I was 20. I just had a baby. Like, I knew that something was off, but like, they give you a questionnaire, they used to, that was like, how do you feel? Are you feeling depressed? Are you feeling blah, blah, blah? And I was like, nope, I'm fine. I really wasn't fine. I just didn't want them to take my kid, right? I didn't know that there were supports that were being put in place that really could have helped me instead of struggling, right? Now we're at an age where I'm like, oh yeah, girl, I go to my therapist. And like, we're a lot more, especially Black women. I can't speak about the Black male experience, although I know it's increasing. I know at one point it was like, I've met Black men who's like, I don't do therapy. I don't do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Black women, we're leaning into a little bit more like, okay, I know I need help.
Because what is doing therapy?
Listen, I don't do therapy. That's all I don't do therapy, man. I don't got time about to tell nobody my secrets.
Nigga said like he was playing 2K. I don't play 2K.
I don't play that. But you know, in my mind, that's what I think about is you're right. Like, as we're starting to progress in life, the more we learn. Like, as a Black woman, one of the things I was just talking fresh about this. One of the things I've been like really researching is neurodivergence in Black women. And I'm researching it because the more and more I start to research, and then the more and more I start to think about like my brain and how I operate and like the things I do. And there's a term out there called masking. And essentially what they're finding is that many, I'm going to put this in quotes, high performing African American women who've been in corporate spaces, many of us are neurodivergent, meaning we either have autism, ADHD, or a blend of both called AUDHD. And what we had to do was we've had to mask our quirks. We've had to mask, like, it's our overthinking. It's all of those things can really be like placed on the spectrum, right? Yeah. In a sense, it's like a mental code switch. We had to learn how to watch people's mannerisms, movements, they acted like, so that we could blend in to how they were, so we could fit into their corporate space and mold. Or it goes back to the equivalent of when we were kids. Sit down, be quiet, don't move, stop fidgeting, don't do this, don't do that. Well, could it have been that even back then, some of us had ADHD, autism, and we learned, we were reading, we were doing all these high level things, right? But the picture of autism that we saw at one point was whiteness. Like, they didn't really give autism diagnosis to Black kids. It's just been within the last 20 years. And it's very extreme.
I don't know if y'all see that the guy who just passed away on social media, influencer named Mr. Wilson. The guy, he was a white guy, extreme autism. His sister took care of him and stuff like that. But that's the picture that you show of autism.
You don't show levels, and there's levels. Yeah,
there's a spectrum now. My daughter autistic, like fully diagnosed with ADHD, autism, and neurodivergent. Because she's well in school. And that's why I had to take out of school. That's going to new school next year and stuff like that, because it's too many people.
Yeah. Overstimulation.
For her to thrive in a social economic status, until she didn't find a friend until literally the last month and a half of this whole school year. Because she don't know how to talk to people.
Yeah.
Her jokes are too adult.
Yeah.
Right. She's wise. So she gonna say some shit. She might have a joke about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like, and be funny, like, why Donald Trump? And she don't know what she's talking about for real, because she don't know the ins and outs, but she sees them and she has her own assumptions of things. These kids are not.
Nope.
So now when we put in the school, and she gonna have, I think that max is 11 kids.
Yeah.
Now we can get into her having a space and stuff like that. But in the 90s, 80s, early 2000s, y'all didn't get the opportunity to, because no one even knew how to attack these things.
So think about it. Then where do you think those stereotypes come from? The angry Black woman, or it made me think about a lot, because like there is directness. Like, a lot of people who are neurospicy, right? They're very direct. Like, there is no gray. It's black or white.
My child direct.
Right? It's very direct. They are very, like, they don't pick up on social cues. And this is one of the things that I learned. Like, I'm very, like, it's kind of like illogical for me. Like, I have my emotional side, but in my mind, like, if somebody says something, I'm like, well, no, this is kind of what it is. Well, in my relationships, I realize that causes a problem, because I can't.
The nuance of the social.
It's a nuance, right? Yes. I had to learn to do it, but the older I get, I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. No, I don't think that's da-da-da-da. And so, you know what I'm saying? And so in my mind, I'm realizing, like, oh, shoot. And so the more and more I did it, I was like, oh, no. I told my girlfriend, I was like, I got to find a psychiatrist. Like, I have to really get this tested. Like, they have tests online that you can kind of take to, like, gauge it, but you got to go to a person.
Go see that lady.
And the reason that I really leaned into it was because of my children. I started noticing, because again, now that it's more out in the open, you're starting to hear about things in cue, and it made me think back to my children. My daughter, she used to eat and hum, right? And one of the things in autism is called stimming, and one of the things that kids did was hum. And Genesis, for years, my baby, she would and I thought it was cute. Like, in my house, I never would have thought to take her to the doctor to say, is there a reason why she hums all the time?
And Jada used to do the same thing. We used to call it the happy food dance.
And that's what she
eating, so she happy. She's happy because she eating. No, it's part.
It is. And I never knew until I started reading up on it. And they were like, humming, picking at things. Like, sometimes people tap their fingers. And like, when I was growing up, I used to rock all the time. My grandmother used to rock. So what they're finding out is that now a lot of times, like autism, because it's on a spectrum, they used to say it wasn't hereditary. Now they're starting to say, actually, it is hereditary.
Watch this. We wouldn't take the autism test for Jayla. I think I told you, but we was in there. They had fidget spinners in there. She going at it. God, boom. I start going at it. The lady say, hey, sir, you want to take a test?
You want to?
I said, yes,
sure. I'll take it.
I have ADHD. It made so much sense
Yep.
for everything in my life.
Yes.
To where, and when you start researching ADHD, we're good in business. We're great in conveying message to people.
Yep.
We're passionate about all this type
Yep.
of stuff. But I can't turn tabs off.
There we go.
So so now I realize why I smoke so much weed.
Yes.
It's not because I'm just trying to get high all the time.
It slows you
I
down.
literally can't stop.
That's it.
I ain't smoked before the pod.
Listen.
Now it's worn off. So when I start doing these things, I'm not annoyed. I'm not ready to go. I'm just stimming probably.
Yeah.
I'm not even noticing I'm doing it.
It's things almost like our own coping mechanism.
But when you're from the hood, you can't say shit like that.
There we go.
There we go. To bring it back full circle, why we is like we is now is because what you said about things is that you accepted these things about the older people.
Yeah.
Well, I said last week, and I think I'm gonna get a shirt made like this. The traumas in trying.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people's traumas in their people just trying shit.
Yeah.
Your mama didn't know what the fuck she was doing. Your dad didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Your grandmama, when she took you in because your mom was on dope, she didn't know what the fuck she was doing. Which actually she did, and she was tired because she had raised all these other kids already.
She needed a break.
She needed a break.
A mental break.
So now she
Emotional
let you
break.
do a little more shit because she's just tired.
Yeah.
So the trauma comes in the trying. And trying is not always doing it the best. It's just trying.
It's just
literally.
trying. Yeah.
If I try a new rhyme scheme tomorrow and I put a song, that bitch don't hit the same way. I tried it though.
I tried it, yeah.
It may not turn out the right way. If I go try to write something, I tried it though. Us trying to convey, I may not convey my message the best every time. Like we say, oh, you talking about that versus, oh, you appreciate that. Like, cause I may not have been saying the best. Like,
No,
I need that, right? But I've accepted that.
Yeah.
That I'm not gonna get it right all
Yeah.
the time. So that's where I think that comes view of accepting that I can accept my good piece of me and the bad piece of my childhood because I understood that Marcia was just trying, homie.
Yeah.
That's how the fuck she was doing. So I'm gonna stay mad at her for her shortcomings.
That goes back to your empathy though. You talked about it, right?
Empathy, but also empathy with when you start going through it yourself.
Yeah.
And I got a kid.
Like,
now I'm just trying.
Now I'm trying.
You know what I mean? So when I see people's relationships not work, or I see people not being the best since finance, them niggas just trying.
Yeah.
Most of us don't have the wherewithal. It's like when people say, you make time for what you want.
Yeah.
People know how to make people. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They don't. People don't make time for what they want.
And especially if you're not on the spectrum, because
people don't know how to time manage.
Time doesn't look the same.
It don't.
I learned that too, because in my mind, don't ask me, hey Destiny, how long does it take you to get to TSU? I give everybody the same standard thing. I say it takes 10 minutes, and people be like, that's it. I'm like, But timeliness is a thing for people who have neurodivergence. We don't track time the same. So 10 minutes, it takes me, in my mind, it takes me 10 minutes to get to TSU, 10 minutes to get to the airport, 10 minutes to get to Opryland, 10 minutes to get to 100 Oaks. In my head, it's 10 minutes everywhere, right? But I say empathy, but I'm also going to make sure that we continue to lean into empathy comes with emotional intelligence.
Yes.
And one of the things that I said the other day that I was like, I hate that I'm so emotionally intelligent. And my daughter was like, why did you say that? And I was like, because you have to, that means you have to be the bigger person. And at times I want to be petty. And I'm saying this in the camera, I want to be petty sometimes. And I can't because my emotional intelligence is like, hey, I know you want to be petty. It does. And it's like, hey, I know you want to be petty. I know you want to be petty, but guess what? You in this situation, no, you're fine. You in this situation are probably the only one who knows what you should do.
100%.
And therefore, it goes back to weighing the right and the wrong, the good and the bad.
And also, I think just having a firm foundation spiritually too helps you with that in the sense of and that's why I talk about forgiveness and all that stuff a lot, because I understand what unforgiveness is like within my spirit. I know what resentment look like in my spirit and how it's plagued me more than helped me for trying to just want to get my get back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I look at it differently now, just because a lot of folks just don't be aware.
Yeah.
And some people don't even know that they being used for evil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And some people don't know because they just trying to, as humans, we just trying to survive. Self-preservation, the first law in humanity.
Yeah.
So it's just like somebody just trying to survive, don't even have the wherewithal to be in you. So who am I that has sought emotional intelligence, but also sought to do the work. I still miss the mark a lot of times, but I have enough awareness. I'm held accountable for what I agree to.
Yeah.
And I've agreed to do better.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Come on with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then that's where the responsibility that comes into play, because
100%.
that's when we were talking about earlier about the intelligence part. That's when people weaponize their intelligence.
Yes.
Is when they're aware of they have this skill above people, and they, instead of enlighten, instead of try to help, have empathy, correct in a respectful manner, they weaponize to shit on you.
Yeah.
And people who don't have that sense of level of intelligence, emotionally or just regular intelligence, the first thing they go through is violence, anger.
Yeah.
They don't know the expression of
Yes.
it's the way to get but
No, for real.
But
No, for real.
Niggas can't read, so they can't comprehend, so they
I
can't.
mean, it's something you said. It's something you said. It's something you said a few pods ago. It's something you said. It might have been last season. But the tough nigga that's not bright, like that's a scary nigga. The nigga who dead ass. The nigga just saying it. You thought about a nigga. You thought about a certain nigga when I said it. You had it. He ain't got no.
He'll risk it all.
Right now,
We got all the resources to risk it.
we got all the resources to risk it all.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is a tough nigga that ain't bright with some money.
Oh, Lord.
That's a hustler.
Cause he militant now. Cause he ain't hustler. I ain't talking about the hustler. I'm talking about the crash out nigga who might just be around niggas who getting money, so they get money, right? Like he ain't really a good hustler for real. He just tough. So we make sure he's straight. Like he ain't even like we know he'll sling it iron. They know he'll do this, that, and the third. But he not bright. He not thinking of nothing beyond this moment of this right here. That's a dangerous nigga. Cause the moment he get emotionally triggered about anything,
Everybody can go.
everybody can go. You make him feel dumb.
Yeah.
You make him feel a certain way. I say it all the time. Street niggas most emotional niggas in the world.
No.
Somebody might say something if they see this. You feel what I mean? Damn, bro, what you trying to say, bro? You feel what you trying to say? I'm telling you the truth.
I say move into it. There's somebody down the street.
No, but they are. They are. You know what I mean? Like most street niggas, you have to be emotional. So if you be in a club and niggas step in your shoe on accident, you hit on the mouth.
Ooh.
You have to be an emotional.
Okay.
Unhinged.
Have y'all seen Nemesis?
Yes. Finally saw it. Watch.
I have not watched
The cousin on Nemesis. Well, the uncle cousin, whatever you call him.
Uncle.
Hit him. I think that's who you're talking about.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. And let me tell you something. And I'm gonna be real. I cried when he died.
Yeah, that was sad.
Cause I know plenty niggas like that.
That was so sad. Y'all gotta watch it. Y'all
I know. I don't come. I don't talk about. I don't care about the niggas.
Was it
Nigga watch when they watch.
Because it was good.
Nigga watch when they watch.
Nemesis was great.
It been out too long at this point. You know what I mean?
There we go.
Yeah. Catch this on the next episode of Contextually Speaking. Like we always say.
Hey, we're gonna talk about it off camera. So I don't know why he blocked it.
I mean, that's cool. I ain't about that yet.
Oh, okay. You took time.
Put it in context.
Put that
In context.
context.
Y'all enjoy y'all week, man.
Look,
Hey, guys.
good grease.
Nemesis was good, wasn't it? I told you. I told y'all Nemesis was good. I can't believe y'all ain't watched it.
I know plenty can't get right niggas.
Yeah.
Who trying to prove
Themselves, yep.
and themselves that man, I'm smart. I'm like, why y'all don't trust my plans?
Right.
Why y'all don't follow
I can
my
do this.
I got it. And then the moment where he had